Hello, friends! Can you hear me okay? How's the audio quality? Hopefully it's coming through good. This is a new mic. Got a little bit of a new setup. But we're here. Yay! We're in my kitchen. Samidi is always first. Woo! Seamus. Terry, Grace, Hamidi, welcome in, friends. Hopefully everything is set up okay. No guarantees. Got a nice streak going. Hell yes, a 7-stream streak. Let's go. That's freaking awesome. So, today we are baking the last cookie I need for Christmas. And that are my sugar cookies. And they are
Doki doki ooh woo, all my heart's for you, my wonderful fiance.
It works! My robot is working! They are one of my favorites. They are the original cookie that I started with, and they are the oldest recipe I have that I am making to date. This recipe dates back to sometime in the Civil War era, because when I started using it, like, oh my god, probably like 12 or 13 years ago, my mother told me then it was like 120 years old. The woman she got the recipe from knew it by sight, and so she actually spent the time to figure out what her sight was in measurements and then pass the recipe on to my mother. So this is like my favorite recipe. It is a sugar cookie recipe that is not god-awful sweet, and I prefer it that way. Still first for the third time, I can't agree with that, Seamus. So Seamus was nice enough, though, you guys. He has used a tablet as a stream deck for a long time, and he actually went out and got a new tablet because his old tablet's battery swelled. Not good. And he knew I wanted to use it for the cam function, because last year, anybody who was here will remember that every time I used my beloved KitchenAid, the webcam shut down. It just froze. It was like, no, too much interference, so hopefully this works better. Make you hungry? I'm gonna make you so hungry. It's a tiny bit loud. I can turn the music down. Thank you for that heads up, Carrie. How about now? Is that better? Music is too high. Much better. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So, I already have my oven preheating. I've already washed my hands. I've got my beautiful recipe card. So we have to start by mixing the sugar and the shortening. So I need 2 cups of sugar and 1 cup of shortening. I am that person who uses liquid measuring cups for everything. Because 2 cups is 2 cups is 2 cups. Dead soldier! New soldier! There is, by the way, a cart you can't see here that's got all of my ingredients on it. Enjoyed the last minute Christmas. You did, Seamus. And I appreciate it so much. Hopefully my voice quality is proper. I didn't have a lot of time to really test the mic because I procrastinated too much. But I mean, it can't be any worse than last year's mic, which was terrible. Seamus is like, that mic seemed so good. And I'm like, no, it didn't. It showed the fact that it was like a $40 Amazon special. All right. And then shortening is just Crisco. Let's blame her. No, it was my own fault too, Tom 80. So when I do shortening, I love these little prepackaged Crisco bars because I know that in each one of these is exactly 1 cup of Crisco. I don't mind doing it where you have the giant tub and you scoop it out and everything, but when it comes to marathon baking, like I'm doing for Christmas, speed is of the essence, which is why I didn't stream all of it this year, because speed is of the essence. Whoop. We are stuck in the Crisco. Eh. A butterfly, it's cute, and Harry, that's amazing. So, whoop, no, this goes in the garbage. This goes in the recycle. Okay. My whisk attachment. Just the shortening and the sugar, right? Yep. Hey. Video's not frozen. KitchenAid is not super picking up on the mic. I love it. Whack that off. Okay. Next up, add egg. In 17 hours and you're turning into a kid who's impatient? Oh no, Tommy T. Oh no. You got this. I believe in you. One egg. Whack, 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 whack. Oops, stay attached, bowl. Stay attached. All right. Add in milk. 1 cup of sweet milk, which, according to my mother, was whole milk. The sweetness from the fat. You want a Tamaiti under the tree? Oh my god. James, we don't even have like a proper tree. Maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll have a proper tree. 1 cup of milk, triple check, yes. That down, put this away. Because the key to not making a mess is not leaving a mess. Now we have Crisco soup. Delicious. Break down my sides. Scrape off the bottom. Hand mix. If you're curious about this recipe, it is in my Discord under the Christmas recipe section. Nova, hello! Thank you. All right, add in the dry ingredients except flour plus extract and mix. Except flour and extracts. I can read my own handwriting. I can. Okay. So we need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Right, there it is. A teaspoon of salt. Nutmeg, and cream of tartar, and we will need lemon. My teaspoon, and I need my half teaspoon. And also with you, Dova. Blessed be, my friend. I grabbed the quarter instead of a whole. Okay. 2 teaspoons of soda. One. 2. 2 teaspoons of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of salt. This is the dish I had the egg in. So I never pour the salt directly into the bowl because half the time, whoop, like that, it overflows just a little. In we go. Salt. 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Josh, hello! It is baking. I'm sure you could do it if you really needed to.
The myth. The
Glay!
It's Glay.
Hello, friend. Teaspoons of this? 2 teaspoons cream of tartar. To steal all the recipes? These recipes are so easy to steal, Glay, because they're in my Discord under the Christmas cookie section. My recipes are not a secret. I am happy to share any recipe with everybody. All right, we need nutmeg, half a teaspoon. Is nutmeg okay? In it goes. And then 1 teaspoon of lemon extract, which is going to curdle the milk a little bit, but that's the point. And mix. Clay, how are you doing tonight? How's everybody doing tonight? What are we up to? Anything fun? How are you doing going through that VOD of glitched Christmas boxes? Up the drips. All right, here comes the fun. We have to add in the flour, specifically 2 cups at a time, because this takes 6 cups of flour. And this is where I'm eternally grateful that I have a KitchenAid. Because it certainly aids me in the kitchen. I'm not talking about Seamus. He aids me too, but in this case I'm talking about the actual KitchenAid. I do own a KitchenAid mixer, Glay. My aunts graciously gifted it to me for birthday Christmas one year, so it was a joint gift. But I grew up with one because that was my dad's wedding gift to my mother when they got married. God, she passed, they would have been together for 35 years, so that KitchenAid is almost 40 years old and it's still going. Christmas story. Yes, I love that, Dova. That's not quite 2 cups. That is 2 cups. Just need to get some snacks. Ooh, wrapping done is good. Oh my gosh, Corningware is so good too. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can use KitchenAids for all sorts of things, and I have done gluten-free baking in it. Now, I will say, this is the absolute beginning of KitchenAids as far as series goes. So this is like the basic of the basic, and it does puff everything everywhere because the motor does not have a difference in speed between stir and 2. And I don't know if that's like by design or if it's by accident, like it's a lemon. My aunts maintain that theirs do the same thing. But my dad and I have already agreed that when Seamus and I have our own house, because he wanted to continue the tradition of giving KitchenAids to people when they get married, we've already agreed that, wow, there's a hole in the bottom. Okay. He will be going with me to pick out a higher level of KitchenAid so that my baking can go to the next level. Because that happens. That's 4. Rearrangement mode, but not wanting to... Oh, yeah, that crafting's gonna be a big one. It is a great wedding gift. It really is. This bag just split. We're gonna have to make a transfer to my overall flour container sooner rather than later. Boop. In it goes. Let's just give this a little hand mix. Try to tamp down some of the puffage. There. Yeah, that's better. I'm not worried about making a mess with the flour, by the way, because we're about to make an even bigger mess with the flour. All right, it's combined. Ooh. Come Santa Claus from Lane. Flour can stay out. Go behind me. I need... Whoop. Push that over there. I need my pastry cloth and my rolling pin. Pastry cloth to protect my surface, because it's just easier that way. And because it comes with the rolling pin cover, so that when you're done, you don't have to wash the rolling pin. Pro tip. It'll likely last longer than most marriages. Versus my food processor, which tends to die after. Oh no! Why did your food processor die after 3 years, Glay? Don't know. That's weird. That's weird. Right. All the flour. So we don't stick. This is the time to make the mess. We literally have opted not to do our usual vacuuming until I'm done baking because this right here is about to get real messy. We'll vacuum after I get flour everywhere. In the bowl. In the bowl with you. Now, the recipe itself calls for rolling these about 1/2 inch thick, but I personally prefer them a little thinner. And because of that, I usually can get about 9 to 10 dozen out of a single batch. Which is really nice because I need like 7 dozen, I think. Which means there's plenty of extra for me to nom nom on afterward. And I already promised Seamus. So I have specific shapes that I use for Christmas itself that are, you know, more holiday shaped. But he bought me for Christmas, and we exchange on Yule because that is our holiday together as pagans. He bought me some very beautiful Celtic, however you choose to pronounce it, style cookie cutters, and I promised him I would make the extras with them. So they're these. Pretty, aren't they? So they'll cut out the outside and they'll imprint the inside. Yes, 9 to 10 dozen, Dova. Not blending baby bummers aren't good for the motor. Yes, they were on Amazon and they're so cute. So, yeah, 9 to 10 dozen is... It's basically a walk in the park for me now. If I make a recipe of cookies and it doesn't make at least 4 dozen cookies, I'm left questioning where the cookies are. I am used to giant batches. And I don't have a single cookie recipe that I make regularly that makes less than 4 dozen, except for the bonbons. And even that I tend to get more than the recipe says it'll make. So yeah, I actually only need 6 dozen of these. Here's the next party trick. Getting my air bake over here. Again, I'm not worried about the mess. But not having piles will be very helpful to getting an air bake down. My air bakes that I need to replace because they've gotten a little beat up, but air bake, my favorite. Most people use standard cookie sheets. Me, air bakes, baby. Got a nice wad of the dough. My apologies about ads. I don't have the ability to snooze or stop them. Those woven heart style design. I love that, Dova. So I get like a handful of dough. I make it into a ball. It's tacky but not super sticky once it sits for a moment. Into the flour. A little bit more flour to dust the top. Give it a good pat. We're gonna roll it. Doesn't matter if it's a circle or what. This has to be rolled out. That seems about the right thickness. About 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch is where I usually end up with it. And I always start with cutters that feel like they're as old as the recipe. I always go for stars first. Hold me to this, Tommy E.T. I want to do more Bake With Me streams in this coming calendar year. Make sure I do. Hound my ass. I really want to share with you guys my grandmother's hot water chocolate cake, which likely, I don't know the origins of it, but knowing full well that there are other water cakes in the era, I think it came probably from the Depression. Possibly, or around that time. I get 16? I think I can. Hallelujah. Yes, this setup is much more stable because I'm using the tablet as the webcam versus a webcam as a webcam. Okay, that one's a little special. Whoever eats it is not going to notice because it won't affect the flavor. Do I dare go for 16 on this tray? Because I have bigger cutters. I think I should just do these a dozen at a rip. No, screw it. We're going for 16. If I can't get 16 of another one, I will just suck it up and count them manually. Because yes, I do keep an accurate count of every cookie that I bake. My OCD really shines through in moments like this. Okay. All the cookies are on here. Oven is up to temp. I never heard the beep go off, but I can just look over and it will tell me if it's up to temp, which is so nice. You want all the cookie, Rebel? My apologies, but these cookies already have intended recipients. Okay. Then, to shush them up, a lot of people with their sugar cookies, they do the whole icing thing. I ain't got time for that. I like the classic look. of just colored sugar. And this is something my mother got me. God, almost 10 years ago, and sugar doesn't go bad, so like it's fine. But yeah, she got this for me probably a decade ago for Christmas, and I'm still working with it. And when I start running out of colors, you can bet your bottom I will be going back to get these same colors, because these sugars are big and they're beautiful. Some of them have kind of lost their color from sun exposure, but you know, it is what it is. So we'll start with some red stars. The sugar. And I put all the sugar on first, and then you just lightly pat it in. In the past years, I've used a decorated one of those cut rolling pins to add like some design to them. But it's kind of a pain to clean. Thank you, Seamus, for always rubbing it out with a toothbrush for me. Because the flour gets in it, you can't protect it from everything with a pastry cloth, because obviously you want the design. And I just didn't want the extra step this year. I wanted to go back to just the classic basic cookies. I'm also thinking, because I just have a damask pattern, I might invest, if I really want to go back to the patterned rolling pin, in one that's more like holiday-y. Like maybe snowflakes or something. Phone should already be set. Boop boop. Wake up, phone. Give me the timer. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. 15 cookies going in the oven. And start the timer on my sheet. We're going 15 per tray, and we've got one tray. Start that tally. Nova, thank you so much for contributing to the Phasmophobia Community Challenge, friend. All right, so the next, I get out more dough, and the dough that I just used, I'm gonna fold into the center of this, because this is a little dried out and this is still moist, so they will work with each other. This is such a nice dough to work with too. One can go over there. Doing bells next. I'll get my air bake tray in a moment. This is what I've been doing basically for the past week and change, is baking. So much baking. I'm probably closing in on 100 dozen or so cookies. Oh, that's even. I can tell by feeling the dough how thick it is. Which I think is both from my job as a massage therapist, as well as just being used to the recipe. Dave, hello! Merry Christmas, friends. 100, yeah. So at the moment, I've done. Oop, I didn't write that down. I've done 8 dozen peanut butter blossoms plus almost 5 dozen more of just basic peanut butter with the extra dough. 8 dozen butter dreams. 6.8 dozen thumbprints. 13.9 dozen butter-based spritz, 19.4 dozen cream cheese-based spritz, 8.75 dozen candy canes, 8.3 dozen bonbons, 8.4 dozen chocolate crinkles, 9.5 dozen Christmas balls, and we're on to the sugar cookies. So yes. Hello, Vapois. 13.9 dozen cookie look like. They look adorable. Those cookies they're little spritzes. They've got like wreaths, and I did flowers. They're little bite-sized cookies. They're done with the cookie press, which inevitably bruises my hand because it's old and it's brutal. It's all metal. It's imported from Italy. I inherited that from my mother. But I love the cookie press cookies. They're just so delicious. Thank you. They are cute. You just made a pan of fudge. What kind of fudge? Yes, bake all the cookies, Rebel. Ooh, I love a good chocolate chip cookie. My kitchen is actually very small, but I do have a mixer. Mixer is life. Mixer is God. Ooh, peanut butter fudge, nice. Always tasty. Even though I'm not the biggest peanut butter fan, like I can appreciate a good peanut butter fudge. A new normal bacon wraps for next or something else? Why not both, Carrie? Like, go big or go home. But I can also understand, like, if you're bored of the bacon wraps. Oh, he shouldn't have it. Ooh, Vapois, those sound really good. Your grandpa grew up in that house? I love that, though, that you're like, you've inherited the family home, essentially. And it's a little thicker. We can afford to roll it out some. Get me some more speed. Yes. Whoop. Come here, Belle. Onto the cookie sheet. Thank you. Yeah, hallway style kitchens are rough. Before the house I grew up in had an addition put on it, we had a kitchen similar to that style. And it was madness. Oatmeal cookie base, but then you add butterscotch chips? Oh, Dova. Dova, that sounds interesting. Good enough to eat like 14 cookies. Absolutely, Josh. No, your diabetic father, well, maybe he can have like a piece of fudge, Carrie, but not a lot. Bill should be yellow. On the timer, 3 minutes. Even chatting with you guys, I beat my timer. Glorious. Yeah, on my baking wish list is new air bakes, but also more air bakes. I might only have one oven, but you give me enough air bakes. My dad actually brought over for me the cookie tray holder that my mother had. I'm pretty sure I might have been the one to buy it for her when she was alive. And you can put, I think, like 4 cookie trays on it. And it just sits on a counter or whatever. And I would be happy to have that and just set up a whole bunch of these all at once. To piggyback. It's so nice. So very nice. I miss baking with you guys. This was a lot of fun last year, and I'm having a lot of fun this year. Dishes? No worries, Dova. Go get those dishes done. Oh. Get parents for a bit before, and not sure they'll have fridge space for them. Okay. That's very fair. Got a box keto type fudge. Oh, interesting. Oh my god, lemon bars are delicious. Vapois. I make a... Oh, yeah. Yeah, when a lot of people bring the dessert. That's why I tell my family, I'm in charge of dessert, okay? I don't want to bake. Or not bake. I don't want to cook. I want to bake. I want to bake all of the things. So for Thanksgiving, I made 2 loaves of pumpkin quick bread, and I made 2 pumpkin pies. And yes, the pie crusts were from scratch. 5 ingredients. 1 is Velveeta cheese. Harry, what? No. Mom likes lemon stuff. Lemon stuff is delicious. I love lemon stuff. So does my fiance, Peter. Famous there. Everyone liked it. Oh my god. Velveeta cheese is just like, I was addicted to it as a kid. Let me start with that. But Velveeta cheese, it's like not cheese. And once you get out of the Velveeta cheese era of your life, really appreciate proper cheese. Right, it's time to take the first batch of cookies out. They're just ever so slightly golden on the tips. What we want, oh, they smell so good. They will cool on the stove for a moment. We'll mark down tray number 2. Another 16 cookies going in the oven. And I know you guys can't see me over here. I had to make a choice. on where you would be able to see me. While those cool for a little bit before they go on the cooling rack specifically, because that's how you work with air bakes. You let them cool a bit. Harris, is that right? I have a quick fudge recipe that's made with Eagle brand. I don't remember if it's Eagle something or other, but Eagle brand condensed milk. And it's that and those like little waxy candy melt chips. And chocolate chips and extracts and coloring. It was good, but not like proper fudge good. Cheesecake tomorrow, you're looking forward to that? Hell yes, Josh. Yeah, stirring the sugar in would kill your arm. Crap, I ain't going to the family gathering. It was like the last. Oh man, there you go. Yeah, mailing things is great for stuff like that, Papa. 100%. Okay, so we probably have a similar recipe then. This could use a refresh. Somebody made Seamus hungry. He's out here scavenging. And it wasn't me, I swear. A wee bit thicker back here. That feels good. In total today, not including what I made before stream, I'm planning on making about 10 dozen, I think, will come out of this. 9 to 10 dozen. Missing the saltine toffee. Nivex. Saltine toffee? That sounds so weird, but so good at the same time. Also, hello, Nivex. You'll make Seamus some noms to hold him over, Tommy. You're such a good person. All right, let me get the cookies off of the tray that I need. I also have told the people who are on my Christmas list for cookies that they're on my naughty list because I don't have friends that aren't naughty. That's just the way it is, baby. Between the nature of my mind and the nature of Seamus's mind, and thus the people we attract, it is a naughty list. And I am okay with that. And the people who get cookies, I'm pretty sure they're okay with that too. Why not both? Exactly, Nivek. Exactly. Why not eat? It is a lot of cookies, Papa. But I've already made so many. Let's do snowmen next. Get back off of there, yeah, darn pizza extra. One time I took this cookie to a cookie swap, and at that point I was still really actively promoting my photography and freelancing it, and I had a photo shoot the earlier in the day, and it ran late because, fun fact, there was a point in time in my life when setting boundaries was very difficult, and I did a bad job of setting boundaries with this client. Went way over time, and I flew home, needed to bake these cookies, and I whipped out this whole recipe in like 90 minutes. Oh my goodness! Wendy! Thank you for the raid, friend! Welcome on in, raiders! My name is Saknika. I'm sure you've been here before. I'm pretty sure Wendy has brought you here when I was painting my nails. Today we are baking cookies. How was stream, Wendy? What were we doing? Can I get a shout out for Wendy, please? So many new homies, it's right. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch though, friends. So that's why, even though I paint my nails, sometimes I play games, sometimes, like you're seeing, I bake, I craft, whatever strikes my fancy. Christmas nails, of course, hell yes! Thank you for getting Wendy that shout out. I can't wait to see them. I am certain I will catch them on the Instagram. I have not done my nails in a couple of weeks. These ones are not staying in the cookie cutter for me. Come hither. I think I need to actually turn these like so. Yes, in order to get 16 on here. A little longer than it is tall. You haven't had much time for nails either? Yeah. In my case, it's not necessarily the time, it's the stress I'm putting on my hands right now doing all the baking and all the dishwashing, because I might have a KitchenAid, but I do not have a dishwasher. Therefore, I'm not in a position to have painted nails right now. But that changes tomorrow, because tonight is the last night of baking. While I play Tetris with the cookie cutter. Sometime 3 minutes. No mans. Where there's a will, there's a way, my friends. There we go. They're all on the tray. Time and energy are lacking this season. Oof. Yeah, I don't know, it's been a weird lead up to Christmas. But it's been a weird year in general. I feel like it's the first year we're truly back to a more normal-ish state post-COVID. And I think a lot of us are just trying to figure out what our personal new normal is post that, and it's really screwed up our sense of time. At least for me, that's how it feels. Okay. Purple. Snowmen, I do declare. My poor purple sugar has taken the brunt. You can kind of see. It's taken the brunt of the sun fade. It's all good though. At the end of the day, they'll still look pretty. And that's on my home improvement wish list, is the porch where we use as storage. I want to get more of like cabinet style shelves that they have doors on them to protect from sun fade of things. Jameis and I are also slowly kind of cleaning out Wendy, if you need to skedaddle and do some post-stream self-care, please feel welcome to do so. I don't want you to feel obligated to stay. And any of the raiders who came in, if you sat for a while and you also need to get up, stretch, and do post-stream viewing self-care, do it. Taking care of yourself, especially during the stress of the holidays, is very important. This will be tray number 3. I should probably figure out how many trays I actually need. Oh, but first, cookies come out. Yellow bells are complete. The purple snowmen can go in. Alright, mathing. We need minimum of 76. Divided by 16 is about 4 3/4 trays, so if I can get 1 tray of each kind of these, I'm good. I'll probably do a couple extra. Just in case. But cool. That's what I like to see. Get off of there, sugar. It is cookies. It's a big jar of sugar. Do you bake a lot? I bake a ton. A ton. And that's just my colored sugar. Need to get in the mood to make cookies? Polished mess? Maybe this will be it. Maybe this will be what gets you in the mood. Turquoise sugar from when I made cupcakes. Oh, Frozen themed. Are the kids still really into Frozen these days, or have they moved on? Like, I don't keep up with kids' movies, so I don't know. They still love Frozen? Okay. To be fair, it was a really good movie. Years ago, and the turquoise sugar still lives in your cabinet. Well, I guess you gotta find something to do with it. I haven't seen the second one either, but I feel no need to, honestly. I was happy with the first one. So many kids have Frozen 2 backpacks and shirts. Oh my goodness. I bet you see a lot of it too. You work with younger kids, don't you? You are a teacher, if I remember right.
Merry Christmas!
Oop. Sound effects are mandatory. Yeah, you work with the little ones. Oh no. I see that sticky hot tongue. Very witchy with also having to go through a very powerful... Oh! Interesting, Dova. Maybe I do need to see Frozen 2. I am just so used to Disney making a really good first movie, and then the second one, and third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, I'm looking at you, Shrek, just don't live up to the expectation that I was like, I don't really need to bother with it. I saw the Frozen musical, though, when it came to a theater near me, courtesy of my aunt. She couldn't make it, and she gets subscription tickets. That was really good. And it has stuff in it that's not in the movie, including some songs that I really wish were in the movie because they're so freaking good. go. Also finding other element-powered people like her doesn't happen, so you didn't watch it. Fair enough, Polished. Song Show Yourself makes you cry every time. Ooh. You'll watch a movie for me if I watch Frozen 2 for you, Tootie? Okay. Sold. Watched Krampus a couple nights ago. I have never heard of Krampus the movie. Let me get these cookies off the tray so I can take it back. And these cookies, because they have baking soda in them, they do puff up a little bit. So I know they look thin, but they actually come out not so thin. Regardless, I was telling you guys about the Damask rolling pin. They will hold an imprint. And you'll see that with the other cookie cutters. I don't even listen to this music on my free time. I just listened to it so much last year that I guess it's still in my head. They are brilliant, the people who write the music. I agree. Fanatic here last night, but you weren't able to? Oh, that sucks, Wendemus. Okay. So we've done bells, stars, and snowmen. Let's do Christmas trees next. How was your Minecraft earlier, Tootie? I was lurking. Lurking while I prepped to bake. And I see. Oh man, that sounds really powerful. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch Frozen 2. You've sold me. I'll have to check and see what streaming platforms it's on. It's on Prime, I can get it there easily. But it might only be on Disney Plus, in which case I don't have easy access to that. So I refuse to become part of the Disney Plus franchise. I just refuse on principle's sake. I don't like Disney as a company for bullshit things they've done, like trying to copyright Dia de los Muertos, which is a holiday, not fashion piece. Disney, thank you. So I don't want to get involved with their subscription service. Give them regular money. Very deep with many symbolic elements. I believe it, Dova. Have it, but you haven't watched it yet, Carrie? Yeah, I won't get Disney Plus. But there are other ways to get a hold of things like that. things that we're just not gonna, you know, talk about here on stream. But I have my methods. And any of you who grew up even remotely near the 90s know exactly what I am talking about. I need 4 more of these bad boys. Before I rehydrate this, I'm just going to roll it back out once. Get those 4. Then I will rehydrate it with more dough. Exactly, polished. The Tolkien estate for selling out to Amazon. Yeah. Yeah. Yup. I think it's hilarious, by the way, that Disney bought the Star Wars empire, and I'm pretty sure after ruining it, if I remember correctly, it went back to Lucasfilms. They tried. They really did. They didn't try very hard, but they tried. For a second there, I thought the star fell off. Not a big fan of that move. Yeah, I feel that. Apologies for the ad break for those who are stuck in it. "52 seconds. Trees, of course, are green." I may have used a little of the green sugar. The green and the red, I think, are what I've used the most of. Because these cookies are familiar to me, and I think I actually have a little bit of a better setup, I'm able to keep up with chat a little better this year than the previous years without feeling like I'm falling behind. I also was smart, and this year I remembered to ask Seamus for a fatigue mat, so I have one of those. And it's pretty. It's got flowers on it. Oop, there's the timer. Out comes the snowman. Oh, the smell of cookies is making me hungry. Anyways, I was saying it has flowers on it, so it's actually, it looks like a nice decorative rug. It's not just that like weird black textile-y thing. So it's nice enough that we don't have to roll it up and put it away ever. It can just stay here, which works because this island is where we do like everything. The counters you see slightly in the background is all the counter we have, literally. So it's just not enough. A fatigue mat. So it's a squishy neoprene mat to be on the floor so that when you're standing in place for long periods of time, your knees and your feet don't get as much aches, pains, and struggles, which is very common from standing in one place for a long period of time. Because it's just that puts like a specific kind of stress on your joints. Is he going to make an appearance on cam tonight? I don't know, Dova. I don't know. He might. Tray number 4. Into the oven. Start. He might sneak in to sample a cookie. He might, when I get to the ones that he's waiting for at the very, very end. Oh! Hey, guess what? It's a follow bot! Thea says hi. Hi, Thea! So, I am going to need to take a moment and we're just gonna chat. Does that work? Did it do it? Did it? Yes. Okay. All I did was I disabled the source, so it should just immediately take all of that. Yeah. Listen, you guys, it's becoming a running joke that when I do anything that isn't gaming, something like this happens. SiriBot auto-banned all of them. SiriBot is a godsend, okay? If you are a streamer and you do not have SiriBot enabled on your stream, you're crazy. And this is why. I am not a big-time streamer. I'm not. But for whatever reason, when I'm in any category that isn't gaming, I either get the sex trolls or the follow bots or the hate raids. Inevitably. That's right. Take that, bots. So we'll just give Stream Elements a little bit of a cooldown for the alert section, and in a little while I'll bring it back because I have no idea how many of those follow botted me. It looks like 3 of them may have snuck through, 3 or 4, because I see that I am up. If there were actual follows in there and your alert is not going off, my apologies. Welcome in. But as you can see, preventing the follow bots takes priority. You game in IRL baking, right? No actuals, you're watching it? Okay. Yeah, because OBS says I suddenly have 703 followers and I was at 699, which means it's registering 4. Those will probably go away then, eventually. There's that. Let me get the cookies off the tray. Just like a good Jarl should. Absolutely. He is the best Jarl. I might be a little biased in saying that, but he is the best Jarl. And Dova is the best dragon. Dova gives good warm dragon hugs. I have to start putting these in the bin soon. Stop sliding off of my spatula. Thank you. Onto the cooling racks you go. someday, when I have more time on my hands, I would love to host my own cookie exchange. I think that would be fun. A cookie party. You're here. Yes. Dragon Cuddle Puddle. Let's go. Tommy E.T. is the bodyguard in disguise. Oh, it's snowflake time. Grabs plushies. Yes. And cart your body all she likes. All the plushies in Ivex. Plushies are great. The more soft and squishy things, the better. Mm-hmm. Should really remember to check in with my uncle too. I'll do it this year. Make sure that the grandkids are still working with him to make these cookies, because this recipe came from my mom's side. And my uncle, my only surviving uncle on that side, death tolls side of the family, he has grandkids, my cousins. I think they're third cousins at this point, second and third cousins, go over to make these with him. At least they used to. I don't know if they still are. I'm assuming they are, because the cousins who started it, they're all adults now, but they're having babies. So I'm pretty sure that those younger kids have picked up the tradition. Pretty sure. So I never bring these to his house because they already have them. Got me one of the plushies you asked for? Oh, I hope so too. I hope so too, Dova. God, I love Silent Night. Such a good song. Beautiful instrumental piece. Out you come from the cookie cutter. Another one in right here. Ooh, just barely. And then we'll have to re-roll the dough to get 2 more. Yes. Yes, Dova. That is, like, amazing. No, I do not have grandkids, Papa. No. No, no, no. Eric sang it on his stream last year. I was not actively hanging out with the Midnight Society yet last year, Christmas time. It was around February that I really got active in that community. So I missed that. But I bet it was amazing because Eric has a phenomenal voice. If you guys have not had the pleasure of hearing I Hate Being Scared, Eric from the Midnight Society sing, you are missing out. Oh, godly. Absolutely godly. He has a beautiful singing voice and a wonderful personality to go with it. I got to do karaoke with him this year in Minneapolis, along with a bunch of other people who were there. And it was awe-inspiring. Not my singing. My singing was atrocious. Which is why I only did Meatloaf with Manders. And we will have blue snowflakes to make fudge. She also made us help make caramel. Yes. I've made caramel before, but never peanut brittle. Whoops. Caramel is that fun, dangerous thing you get to make. A little over a minute left on the current tray. You know, I think it was last year during the baking streams that I got follow botted. No, maybe it was during Phasmo. I have been follow botted once before. Can't remember when. And SiriBot did their job that time too. My mods were ready to jump all over it because I have phenomenal mods. And SiriBot was like, yo, beat you to it. Manders does have a great singing voice, even if she'll never admit it. Timer! Oh my god, Eric should do Rocky Horror Picture Show. I think he did do something from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Even channels that are not streaming. We've never streamed a minute, and my... Oh my gosh, Dova. Yeah, lock it down. It's crazy. Ah, Vapois, that's amazing. It's nice to carry on those traditions. That's why I bake the cookies that I do. A lot of them. Snowflakes going in! Start the timer. Mark the thing. So I think that's all I needed, right? 6 divided by... Yeah. Technically, I have all that I need for friends and family. So I will do 2 rounds with the cookie cutters that Seamus gave me for my promise to him. And then any extras will go back to the normal ones. So as I was saying, the cookies that I make, the fact that I make them to this degree is because my grandmother on my dad's side started this tradition. She and her friend would get together and just bake. It was the only time my grandmother played hooky from her job. She was a math teacher. And they would take 2 days and do cookies. I do not do all of the cookies of hers that I want to. There are more that I want to learn how to make. The Italian wong cookies, which are like fried dough cookies, are like they're top of the list. But I have the same cookbook that she used for most of her cookies. Oh, it might be all of the cookies minus the ones. And she would give to just her immediate family. So they didn't bake quite in as much earnest as I do, but they did bake a lot of cookies. And I started making just the sugar cookies for my friends because I was like, this is a great thing. I want to give to my friends the way my grandmother gives to us. And as she got sicker and sicker with Alzheimer's and dementia, I picked up more and more of the cookies until one year my aunt told me, she's like, I think this is grandma's last year with making cookies. So I made the full switch. Have a great one, Polished. Good night. So I had already been giving to my family with what I would make personally, but I basically took over more of her cookies. And now I give to all my family on that side. I give to, so on that side of the family, my dad's side, we still exchange gifts. We don't do that on my mom's side of the family. Once you turn 18, you're done getting gifts. That was just like the rule, which I'm fine with, totally fine with. Kids are fun to buy for, adults are hard to buy for. That's what I've come to the conclusion of. Anyways, so since we don't exchange gifts on my mom's side, I bring a platter of cookies for everybody to share because we get together and we play cards and have a laugh and just enjoy each other's company, and there's just a table full of snacks. But on my dad's side of the family, because we still exchange and we don't do that level of get together, I make little boxes for everybody. Oh my god, Tommy, that would be amazing. I have never seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I refuse to unless I can go to an audience participation one. I want the full experience. It is a wonderful tradition, Dova. Ah. So you do like a Secret Santa type thing, Papa, which is something that I may eventually suggest to my dad's side of the family if they want to continue with gift exchange, is that we just do it that way because I feel like it would be easier. All right, I have to get some of these off of the cooling rack. I know you can't see me. I'm just putting stuff in my bin so that I can fit more cookies on here. Don't need to get them all off, but I do need to get some of them off. Switch them over. Have easy access space. My mind needs to get out of the gutter because I have the most horrible thoughts about what I am saying taken out of context. Because as the resident queen of clipping, I know exactly what I would clip if it was somebody else. Like Doc. Or Chiba. They're just too much fun to make those out of context clips for. Get the Christmas trees onto the baking cooling rack. Time for picks and posting. Enjoy your picks and posting time, Wendy. Thank you again for the raid. Thank you for hanging out. Joy. Theater in town, a good audience thing every Saturday night. Holy smokes. Watch the people in line waiting to get in. That's amazing, Ivex. Just enjoyment. I missed something up here. Elevate time. No worries, Dova, no worries. So this would be a good recipe for you, Vaupois, because these cookies are not that sweet. Okay. I think I'm going to do the heart first. Whoop! Okay, I think these are going to be ones that I actually have to just press them out. And then we'll pick them up. Oh, we got one. Guys, look. They're beautiful. The dough might actually be a tad bit too thick. And I'm not able to punch through it as nicely down here in the bottom area. Bloop. Quickly fixed with a couple rolls from the pin. Okay. Pluck these out. That's the only thing with ones that have the center. You have to make sure the dough is thick enough to pick up that design. But not so thick that you can't cut through. My friend Lindsay, who's also a pagan, can't have gluten. Although, if I told her, she might take a pill, which will allow her to. All right, now. Come on. There it goes. Stuck on the imprint. Good luck with the cleaning, Tamiti. You want these ones? So, this design is very Celtic, and she follows a lot of those practices and customs, but she is a celiac. So I would love to give her some of these cookies, but it might murder her temporarily. But she does have pills that she can take, much like people who are lactose intolerant take Lactaid. She has a glutenade pill. She doesn't take it often, but she might for these cookies. Yeah. I have never been to TwitchCon. Honestly, I don't really want to go all the way out to California for TwitchCon. If they bring TwitchCon to like New York City, which would be far closer to me, I would consider it. But I really don't want to go to California for it. I don't know if I want to go to California in general, to be totally honest. It's just not one of the states that calls to me. Oop, timer. You cooked Nivex up for dinner. I don't know why they don't have a TwitchCon East either. Are you gonna steal cookies from me? I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. And yeah, I don't know why they don't have a TwitchCon East either, Nivex. I really feel like they should. There are enough of us East Coasters, I mean, seriously. And the people in the Midwest who are smack in the middle of both, it would give them options. Like, spread the love, Twitch, jeez. Oh. Nivex appeared. Got a message from Mom, they ran into my 3rd grade teacher. Holy smokes, Carrie. Awesome. I'm still friends with my 5th grade teacher on Facebook. So Nivex will come out eventually, just in an awkward spot. Don't mind the smell, Nivex. I'll say this about the plastic cutters. They don't pierce the dough as well. As far as like cutting through the dough. All right, hearts definitely have to be pink, and I have never touched my pink dusting sugar. Like, this still has the plastic around the outside edge, never touched it. Because I only bake these at Christmas time these days. I used to bake them for everything. Valentine's Day, works getting sugar cookies. Oh dear. Uh-oh. There we go. There's just enough moisture from the Crisco on my hands to stop me from being able to grip the plastic to get that first open. Yeah, I did Halloween ones, and then of course Christmas ones. I think I stopped at Easter. I think I was sick of them by then, because I had made so freaking many. But I should get back to it, because it's not a difficult recipe. It really is not, as you can see. And it's fun, and it makes a lot in one batch. And if I had to give you something that the taste is reminiscent to, animal crackers. This sugar cookie is so mild on the sugar that it reminds me a little bit of animal crackers. If you're somebody who doesn't care for sweets a lot, so long as you don't put frosting on these bad boys, They're really not that sweet of a cookie. And that's part of why I like them so much. I personally, maybe it's because I'm spoiled with this recipe, but I personally do not care for commercial sugar cookies. They are too sweet, and I really don't like them with frosting on them. I used to have like an ungodly sweet tooth, but not anymore. Okay. This is tray number 6. Come back to me, timer. I'm gonna put this one in, take the cookies off of the other one, and then we'll get more dough rolled out. You know why else I might be hungry? I haven't really eaten today outside of a few dud cookies. Funny thing about that, not eating properly because you're so focused on a task. More space. I'm out of space. There we go. And I do try to mix them up as I put them in my bin. So that when I go to give them to people, I can easily get to a variety. Nobody gets 2 of the same sugar cookies unless you get more than 5. Which I do have some families who get more than 5. I try to, when I give out cookies, so this is how I get my numbers for anybody who is curious. There's a lot of sugar on it. When I look at the households that I am giving cookies to, I try to do 2 of each kind of cookie for each person in the household, up to a limit. Meta, thank you for the lurk. Stay Puft Marshmallow Dragon, oh no. Oatmeal raisin cookies are really good too. Yes, colored paper in the windows. We did that one year when I was in 7th grade. We got to do, each homeroom got to do a window for the holidays. Cinnamon rolls without the frosting? Yup. Yep. Taco John's is the only thing you've had today? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I will definitely be eating after this. I'll probably make myself some chicken nuggets, not gonna lie. Scrape down the signs. I want to get the last of the dough out of the bowl. Did I start the timer? I did, okay. I was losing my mind for a second there. Yep, and I do this so systematically now. I have an Excel spreadsheet that tallies everything, including how much I need to buy of ingredients every year. It keeps track of who I'm giving it to. I then will update it for the year coming. So I have the list printed out. That's what I'm writing on when I mark down the trays and stuff, so that way if I make tweaks on the amount, which I did do this year, I can go back into my spreadsheet and get the next year's started early so that I can have those accurate numbers. So like I cut back on some of the batches that I made, and it was for the best. And I need to reflect that for next year, because in a year's time, I will not remember and I will not have this sheet anymore. So it's also fun to look back and see how the list has changed as my friend groups have shifted and grown. That might be a little too thin. We'll find out. Try Quettra. At least I think that's what this is called. Yeah, that's too thin. Reroll. Fun fact, if your dough dries out too much, answer is not water, it's milk. Just a little bit of milk in there and it'll re-moisturize it. I don't know if I'm going to get a full 16 with this design, but we're going to try. We'll get what we can. That should be better. Out, out, out. Out of the cookie cutter. Ah. Look at that. It's so pretty. What color should we make these? Maybe I should use my multicolored sugar. I haven't touched that. The only person who's ever used that is a former friend of mine, whom one year, because I'm not crazy enough, when I was in school for massage, I met a lot of people, and one of those people loved the idea of Christmas cookies and the tradition and decided that she wanted to do similar and asked me if I would help her. And I, of course, was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Come on over. You know, I've got, at my parents' house where I was baking that year, I had double ovens. I had all of my mother's trays. I had her KitchenAid. And so I did. I told this friend, come on over, I'll help you out. And her sugar cookie recipe did what a friend of mine's sugar cookie recipe did when I was a teenager and we tried to make sugar cookies. And that is, they just blobbed all over the tray and made one giant bubbling mess. I, to this day, do not know what is wrong with that recipe. We followed it to the T, but like, she obviously was devastated, and I just whipped this recipe out and we made them, and I let her have her pick of my colored sugar, and she went straight for the multicolor and only the multicolor. So she's the only one who's ever used it. That might be a little thin, but we're gonna go for it. A cookie is a cookie is a cookie. And I say former friend because later on she did her great purge, like literally 6 months later. And apparently I wasn't enough of a friend to remain her friend. Green. So these cutters came from Amazon. I got them for Christmas from Seamus, for Yule technically. We're talking about how I had a friend who I helped bake a crap load of cookies. Like literally in one day, she and I together baked 80 dozen something cookies. And 6 months later, she decided that I wasn't a good enough friend and purged me from her life. And I'm like, okay. Suit yourself. You do you, boo. Okay, good. Thought for a second there, because it wasn't sliding, that I may have needed flour where I didn't think I did. But no, we're good. Yep. It takes all kinds of people in this world, and you will meet good ones, and you will meet bad ones, and you will meet some people who, they're not necessarily bad, but they just weren't meant to be in your life. And she was one of the ones who, not necessarily bad, but apparently just not meant to be in my life. It is what it is. Adoba has rang in with green, so we will do green. To go of corgis. One is a rear view. Oh, that's blue. Aw. Couldn't even message them anymore. Doba, that sucks. Extra Rosie, thank you so much for the follow. Hopefully you are a real follower. Actually, let me re-enable my alerts. The follow bot one should be done. Winter solstice drinking wine under the full. I love that patois. Had mixed success making them come out nicely. Yeah. Sugar cookies, they can have a little bit of a learning curve to them. Wendy's, and I'm assuming, yes, she did. She did indeed. Welcome, welcome. We love lurkers. Lurkers are the backbone of Twitch. Because literally you help the algorithm so much. For those of us who stream. Should be able to get one more out of this. You're welcome. Oh, timer. Oh, guys, they're so cute. I'll show you when they've cooled a little bit. And too much for you to be able to keep up with? You mean to actually do the baking yourself, or to just still and watch? As far as baking goes, it's just a lot of practice. I've had a lot of practice with this. Okay, yes, we'll get a full dozen of those, and then this little scrap is not going to be able to make another cookie. Last couple of years for health reasons, and the last group out. Ooh, yeah, no. No, a party group like that isn't always for everybody for flaw. You can unpack the dough and reshape it, but that's about it. You know, that's fair. That's fair. We all have our own levels. I am a scratch baker, and I'm not going to let this little piece of dough go to waste, so all I'm going to do is pat it out in my palm. This is my congratulations, you're done cookie. All right. Green sugar. my sugar up. Did some crafting with the demon. Oh, nice, kitty. You get there and hoping one day I'll be able to treat. Oh, that would be so cute, Rosie. I believe in you. One step at a time. One step at a time. And the beautiful thing is, it doesn't matter how you do it, whether it's with box mixes or from scratch or whatever. People usually, and I say usually because I have met people otherwise, but usually just appreciate the effort and the thought that goes into it. All right, so there's 12 plus 1 is 13, because I count it. He's in the oven. I'll do some math. And I'll tell you how many dozen we ended up with. Start that timer. All right. Calculator. 6 times 6 is 96. 13 is 109 cookies, which is 9 dozen. Kind of like 9.1 times. It's 9 dozen plus 1 cookie. So 9 dozen, exactly how many I was supposed to get out of the batch. Hydrate. You got it, Dova. Thank you for reminding me. Kitty, what did you craft with the demon today? Nice and clean. Pastry cloth. What I'm going to do is I take the pastry cloth and I'm going to shake it out over my garbage. Get some of the extra. And then this and my apron. Actually, the apron can probably go in with the regular laundry afterwards, but at least the pastry cloth itself is going to go into my washing machine for a double rinse cycle. I don't actually use laundry detergent on the stuff that's going to be used to roll out dough. That just seems like a bad idea, and then I'll hang it up to dry. I also don't put it in the dryer. Okay, we need to transfer the last of that into my giant container. So that flour, I ordered 20 pounds of flour, I think it was. 25, something like that, and that's all that's left. That fancy tool, the pastry cloth? Or the rolling pin? That's it, that's all that's left of that flour. Let's see, this was a... Where do you tell me the pounds, my dude? 5 pounds. If this is 5, yeah, I got 15 pounds then. 15 pounds of flour, and I used basically all. It is a wonderful idea. It's called a pastry cloth. So I actually got a second one for Christmas last year. So I can show you what it looks like unopened, because I haven't opened it yet. This is what it is. They're not expensive. You can pick them up for like under $10 usually. They tend to be just straight up muslin / cheesecloth, and you get one for the rolling pin and one to lay out on your surface to dust with flour and whatnot, and it protects the rolling pin and it protects your surface, and it just makes it so that you're less likely to end up with sticking so long as you use enough flour. Send pictures of what you made? Heck yes. Yes, definitely take all the notes. Oh, and I was telling you guys about the Damascus rolling pin. So sometimes I press designs in with this guy. This was an Etsy buy for Christmas one year. And you can literally press this design in, but you can see like all those grooves would get the flour stuck in it. And then you have to go in with a toothbrush to clean it. This, you can't put a pastry cloth on and make it work. So I decided I didn't want to deal with that this year. Yes, I do love that. Whoop. Take that down. Lid goes on. My giant thing of flour can be put away. Let me put some cookies into the bin, and then I will get some off of the tray so that I can show you what the first set of the Celtic ones look like. One star out, one snowflake, one tree, because I will need one for the Instagram photo. So, okay. 2.5 minutes on the last set. Yeah, they're cute, aren't they, Shane? He's giddy. He's giddy. You couldn't see him, but he peeked. And I actually have a triple moon goddess cookie cutter like this, and one other, I forget what it is. It might be the goddess herself now that I think about it. I have the triple moon and then the goddess herself. Still have to play with those too. I'm gonna have to just bake a batch of these for like a Beltane or something. And this is a recipe that cannot be halved because there's exactly 1 egg in it. So there's that. Tray to sink. Okay. Here they are. Here's the hearts. Solstice cookie night? Maybe. I think they might have been used to decorate trees. You're doing Christmas tomorrow since your mama works Monday and the demon is still too young to know it's not Christmas Day. You know, that works. That works. I'm stoked with how those cookies came out. Beltane baking stream. We can do that, Dova. That is definitely a chance. That's beautiful. Thank you. This recipe is super tasty. I highly recommend it to anybody who is looking for a sugar cookie recipe. It makes a lot. It makes a lot. You have to be prepared for that, but it's so good. Start running water into that bowl. I habitually will never put any of my stuff into the sink until I know that I have enough cookies baked. Beltane baking? Yeah, absolutely, Vapois. He will open his own presents and help others with theirs. Oh, Kitty, that's a milestone. Got water. Those go in the sink. Let me go toss this into the washing machine. Not going to start it yet, but I'm going to toss it. Bloop. Like I said, I'm going to put my apron in there as well. And then damp paper towel to get the flour up off of the island. Like I said, this is the messiest cookie. Oh, that's hot. Hot, 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 hot. Hot water. Happy naked pagan cookies. Tells me he isn't going number 2 while going number 2. Oh no. Yes, I tend to clean as I cook, but in this case, when I'm baking in mass and I need to make a lot, let me say that, I don't put anything into the sink until I know I have what I need. Now, if I'm just baking a batch of cookies to bake a batch of cookies, I'm not giving them away. I'm not trying to meet some sort of quota, be it self-imposed or otherwise. They go in immediately. And then as I'm working through trays, I'll be washing things. Anybody who was here last year when I was streaming literally pretty much the entire marathon of baking will remember me constantly switching views so that you could see while I was doing all the different tasks, because I was all over this kitchen, including cleaning as I went. I need another damp paper towel. Let's not use the hot water this time. That was really hot. Everything has a nice fine dusting of flour. This is my kitchen scale for anybody who's wondering what it is I'm cleaning off. It also doubles as a shipping scale because it takes weight of small packages very nicely. But the most accurate way to measure flour is actually by weighing it, and when you get into things like bread baking and stuff, you need a kitchen scale. Like, there's just no going around it. And if you do anything at all with recipes from Europe, you need a kitchen scale. Because they don't actually measure typically the way we do with ingredients. They do everything by weight. Except for like teaspoon stuff. The 1 cup, 2 cup measurement is pretty foreign to them. At least from my experience. All the flour dust up. There we go. Much better. I'll give that a very healthy clean later, but much better. Elevate is kicking in, which means you should probably shush. But you're good no matter what. Pass a coin to your sake. Toss the apron, don't toss your cookies. Facts, Knivex. Oop, timer. Get the last ones out. Off the oven. I'm finishing up right around when I expected to, about 10 o'clock. You got one of what for your wool, Carrie? I must have mentioned something. Cookie cutters need to go in the sink as well. Because even though they only chopped the dough, there's still like flour residue and everything on them and a little bit of grease. So it's always smart to just, you don't have to like super scrub them, but giving them a good rinse is important. The kitchen scale. Ah, yes. They're super handy. Put our baking sugar away. I'm cleaning up with you guys so that I can let the other cookies cool and let you see what they look like. It's all in grams. Yeah. Yep. Grams is the way to go for that. Especially getting into selling it, you need to know how much of a product you're using to get a better idea of, are you making ends meet, or are you literally paying people to buy your product. Because if you're going to make things to sell, you do not want to pay people to buy your product. That's just silly. Everything goes back on. Set this there for the moment. Sugar goes back on the baker's rack. Salt goes over the oven. Cream of tartar, nutmeg, and baking soda goes up in the cupboard. I need my step stool because I'm small. Don't smack myself in the face. Stuck on. Orange or lemon. Boop. There we go. Cream of tartar, nutmeg. That goes back over there. Lemon goes up on the baker's rack. And now, aside from some dishwashing and taking my baking sugar back out to the storage porch, everything's cleaned up. I should be able to take them off the tray, so let's me do that, and then I'll show you what they look like. I'm also going to let you guys know, last year I was using just basic grocery store all-purpose flour. This year, because Seamus spoils me, I used King Arthur's all-purpose flour, and it has made a humongous difference in my baked goods. The reason being, different flours have different protein contents as far as the gluten goes, and the higher the protein content, the better it works, essentially. So, highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. Here they are. Beautiful, isn't it? I can see that this is not in focus properly. So happy with them. They're so cute. For your home too, Dova's like the T-Rex, dangerous teeth, tiny arms. Yeah. Yep. All right, friends. That is it. That is our baking stream. We are going to find ourselves a raid target. I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going, but I need to double check. So good. Thank you. Thank you. It's nice. I love them. I love them. They're cute cookie cutters. Oops. That tab is muted. Oops. Okay, he is still going. So we are gonna go to Rain of Fire. He is currently doing a drunk birthday stream. He's one of my mods, he's one of my friends, he's super chill. So we are gonna go send the love over to him. Thank you guys so much for being here, for hanging out, for chilling, having a good time. This has been amazing. If you are subscribed, you can use this raid message with the mandalas If you are not subscribed, you can use this raid message with the little hearts. And if you want the recipe to hang out, to chill, to get updates when I go live and stuff, here's the Discord. And if you just want to check me out elsewhere, here are my social media links. You guys are fantastic. You're amazing. I'm still laughing that we got a troll of a follow bot raid because why not? It is what it is. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow to paint these nails that desperately need it. If not, I will be back on Wednesday, but I'm thinking I will be able to stream tomorrow before I go visit family. So let's go say hello to Rain, wish him a happy birthday, and in the meantime, make sure you practice some self-care. Take a moment to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you love you because you matter. And it has been fantastic, friends. Bye-bye!